The World Series champion San Francisco Giants own Madison Bumgarner. He didn't make my top 10. That might sound crazy, but I don't know. He's more like 15 to 25.
John Smoltz has number 3, Madison Bumgarner. The Shredder, Madison Bumgarner, number 9. No Mad Bum on Brian's list.
Being great in the postseason, I maintain, is not a skill. It's something that's history. It's past tense. You've done it. It counts. But looking forward, it's not a skill you take with you.
See a new light with Brian Kenny. I don't know how I'm going to try to fight it. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. The Shredder's dumb. This is dumb. Let's start with your starting pitchers, Mr. Kenny.
Yeah.
Now, listen, you want to sit there and you want to put Darvish into your little top 10 list?
Who?
And all you, this is Darvish.
Oh,
I mean, this
Darvish.
is ridiculous.
Okay.
How does he's 16? I mean, wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, 16, but maybe he was a sportsman of the year for crying out loud.
I can't help that. Hey, Dog.
Yes.
Let's clear our minds for a second. Why do we think Clayton Kershaw is the best starting pitcher in baseball? Like, why do we think that?
Well, he's won 3 Cy Youngs. Let's start that way.
Yeah, but the main thing is...
Because he is. I don't have an argument with that. I'm not making a big deal about postseason.
But
He's been a bad postseason pitcher. But postseason has to be part of the equation in some capacity.
It is. And yet, the postseason for Bumgarner before this season, and that was a great 4 weeks. There's no question. It was historic. But you know what his ERA, Bumgarner's ERA was before this October in the postseason? 3.79. So it's not like he's got some magic
because
shift
you gotta look,
that he goes.
Brian, you got to look at the game. He had 2 bad starts in 2012. That's why they're high.
Right, and
he
it
pitched
happens.
He
Right.
pitched game 4 in Texas, 8 innings, 3 hits, 2 games to 1 San Francisco.
And it's going to. And the point is, he's going to have bad games in the postseason too. He just didn't in that 4-week stretch. So it's not as if.
He's been a very good regular season pitcher. You're making it sound like he's 8 and 10 every year.
Dog,
he wins 15 games.
Let's talk about that. Now, again, what I was getting to was we think Clayton Kershaw is the #1 pitcher in the sport, basically because he doesn't give up runs. So what's his run prevention? How many guys does he strike out? How many innings does he pitch? That's basically it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So, with Madison Bumgarner, I look at, with all pitchers, not just Bumgarner, I look at ERA plus, that's park adjusted, WAR, that's only your runs allowed and your innings pitched, fielding independent pitching, strikeouts per 9, and innings pitched. Now, you ready? Here's Madison Bumgarner's rankings last year when he was so great. 29th, 20th, 15th, 13th, 12th. How does he get into the top 10? How?
Well, Ben Zobrist led your WAR category. Ben Zobrist, I'm not interested in WAR. That's a dopey category. That's a dopey statistical analysis. Stop at the WAR. You're driving everybody nuts with this WAR. You mean to tell me right now that Madison Bumgarner, in your eyes, after what he has done the last few years, is not the top 10 pitchers in baseball?
His performance says he is 29th, 20th, 15th,
How
13th,
is Tanaka?
12th.
Tanaka pitched a month. How is Tanaka ahead of him?
Tanaka has a skill set with strikeouts and walks that is vastly better than Madison Bumgarner.
He didn't pitch the second half of the year.
That's true.
He pitched, well, when you go to Japan, too, that counts. He pitched 2 months for crying out loud, Bri.
Pitched a half season, and he was tremendous. And looking forward to 2015, look, there's an injury concern clearly with Tanaka, just like there is with Cliff Lee. And Bumgarner is more durable than those guys, but I would still take those two. They're better at preventing runs than Madison Bumgarner.
Oh,
it's
my
clear.
goodness. Let's go to another category. Before I go crazy, can I go to another category? Here's your first baseman.
Yeah.
Now, it's not terrible. You got Votto way too high. He's overrated. He's got 100 RBIs combined the last 2 years. Goldschmidt over Cabrera instead of what the Shredder has, which is appropriate. Cabrera over Goldschmidt. How come you have it with Goldschmidt #1?
Goldschmidt hits better, runs better, fields better, 5 years younger.
I don't care about the age. Let me ask you a question.
You don't? You should.
No, because it's a year-to-year. It's a year-to-year thing. It's a year-to-year thing.
Younger's better. Dog.
Can I ask
Younger's
you a
better.
question?
Babe Ruth even got to 39 and he stunk. I mean, it happens.
Your life on the line right now. You have to have a better.
Gun to my head again? Here we go.
I'm not going to use that. I don't like that.
All right, good.
Your life on the line.
Life on the line.
You have to have a better year from a first baseman.
Yeah.
This year. You're taking Cabrera or you're taking Goldschmidt?
Goldschmidt.
Oh, come on.
Younger.
That's not fair.
Hits better, runs better, fields better. Now, Cabrera's ceiling is higher, Dog. I'm not saying it's not. He could bust out a 440, on base, 630 slugging.
How many MVPs has Goldschmidt won?
What? 0.
And how many has Cabrera won?
Dog, if you're going to go by the sports writing vote, you might as well just get a dartboard and throw it at it. I mean, through the years, how many bad MVP decisions have there been? You're going to go by sports writers? They don't know what they're doing in comparative analysis.
Not the sports writers. They know as much about it as we do.
No, they don't. Oh, my God. Pay attention. No, they don't. Do you like Andre Dawson as an MVP? Dick Rowan as an MVP? Jim Constanti as an MVP? Morty Wills as an MVP? Come on, dog.
Let me ask you another thing. How is Votto fourth?
Wait, what's that?
How is Votto fourth? Can he play off for two things? Stop taking pitches, not get 100 runs for the $250 million you're getting paid for, and hit 30 dingers in that ballpark. Is that asking too much?
At Votto's worst season, that was last year, at his worst season, he had a 390 on base. If he just shows up, he's better than...
He's paid to knock in runs on base. Well, who cares?
He's paid to help his team win, and getting on base, not making outs is the #1 thing in offense in baseball.
Well, now, how many RBIs do you have last year?
You tell me.
70, right? I don't even know. About 70?
How many guys are getting on base for him? Nobody's getting on base.
Oh, come on, he pitches. That's a bandbox.
Look, you're right about this. Votto has not hit for power
23
in the last 2 years. He has not
Let me get there the whole time out. 23 RBIs he had in 2014. I got it mixed up. He had 72 the year before. Yeah. 23 RBIs last year. 23 RBIs, and you were going to put him as the fourth best first baseman in baseball. And that's not fair.
Yes, and here's why. He was hurt last year, admittedly, so that counts against him, just like it counts against Yadier Molina, and he still ended up #2. If a guy has a track record of greatness, like Molina, or like Tulo, or like Votto, greatness, you have to take that into account.
Votto doesn't got a track record of greatness.
Oh, yes, he does.
Greatness?
Doggy.
Greatness.
He had 2 years ago.
Is Hall of Fame. He's not a Hall of Fame player.
He had a 435 on base. The year before, 474. This is mind-boggling. This is greatness. You're just not looking at the right numbers.
Okay, here's what I do know. He did nothing against the Giants in the postseason. He did nothing against the Phillies in the postseason. Last year he played 63 games and he had 20
Kershaw
RBI.
didn't do anything in the postseason.
Right, well,
great players can have a bad
great.
week.
Now stop with Kershaw. We know he's great. Now come on.
Yeah, and we know Votto is great. We know Votto is great. And to hold 1 week against a guy, is Ted Williams not great? Was he a big choker in the postseason, dog?
But he played 20 years. He hit 500 home runs. He hit 406. I know he had a bad postseason.
And what did he do in the postseason? What did he do in the postseason?
He had a bad one, 220. I know that better than anybody.
And right, throw it out. It's 1 week, 2 weeks. It's nothing.
You know what Rizzuto once told me about Ted Williams?
What?
Compared to DiMaggio? DiMaggio cares about winning. Williams cares about hitting. I want a guy who cares about winning.
And what do you say?
And that's Votto. Votto compares about making sure the pitch is right in his swing zone before he swings at it. And if not, he'll take his walk.
Tell you what, if you give me a guy...
expand and swing.
Dog, if you give me a guy with a...
They're paying you $25 million a year.
Dog.
Expand and swing.
If you give me a guy with a 474 on base, 550 slugging, and he doesn't care, I'll take it. Give me a guy who doesn't care and is an all-time great. I'll take it.
23 RBIs last year in 62 games.
He was hurt. He played in limited games.
I don't care if he's hurt. That's part of it. Durability.
How many did Yadier Molina drive in last year? He was hurt too. It was a bad year, and before that he was great. Not good, great.
No, great for a couple of years. I mean, geez, great.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't 7, 8 years at this.
I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame. I'm saying he's a top 5 first baseman this coming year if he's healthy.
See, Cabrera is great. Cabrera could never play another game, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Goldschmidt has got 10 years of this before he's a Hall of Famer.
But now we're looking to next year. We're projecting performance for 2015. I would say I would rather have a 27-year-old Paul Goldschmidt than a 32-year-old Miguel Cabrera. It's not fair to Cabrera, but I would do it.
Not yet. And by the way, where's Ben Zobrist? Did you put him #1 as a utility infielder?
Let me see. I have Zobrist, 5th best second baseman in the game, #5.
Brian, do you watch the ball game?
Yes, I do. And I like defense and base running, and that's what the WAR component comes in. Yeah, baby.
You're coming here on Monday to host, is that correct?
I'm doing your show. I'm taking over. It's going to be an all-analytics sweepstakes. It's going to be a bonanza of cockamamie statistics. You'll enjoy it. We'll tape it. We'll send you a little DVD or a VHS. You have a VHS probably, right? I'll send you that.
Yeah, VHS, an old machine. I'll see you soon. Very good. Take care.
I'm out.
Kenny. He walks away.